it's Rozella and Nicole. It's been such a while since we have seen you, talked to you, heard from you, but we wanted to send a special holiday message to you. But we have an important announcement to make first.
So a lot of you all know, I don't know what to say. I'm pregnant. I'm having a baby. And so it's been, I'm expecting in February, and we are so excited. And Rozella is here spending some time with me before I join Mommy Club. So send me all of the prayers, all of the blessings, all the positive energy that you all have for easy delivery and a healthy baby. And I'm just excited to share that news with you all because my life has changed so much and is changing. And I'm sure that you all have been experiencing some changes as well.
For sure. And I'm excited because, Nicole is we're not only business partners and friends, but she's my baby sister that I never thought that I wanted, and now that I have. And so I'm going to be an auntie again. So I'm really excited for her and for Harry and for baby Bushrod coming February 2023. Right?
No time.
So there's been a lot happening in our lives, and we know that the same is true for each of you. You all, we are talking about you. We've been thinking about you, praying about you, sharing stories and the wonderful ways that you have impacted our lives. So we're just so very grateful. Monica, who was a part of, so many of you, I don't know if you all know this, but at the conclusion of your cohort, we invited a handful of members from your cohort to join us on what we called an accelerator. And it was an experiment, really. Yeah. Right? We selected folks based on their Genesis project, not because it was about grading the project, but just folks that were doing work that they really wanted to continue and had the capacity to do so in a small group setting. So that group included Monica, Nancy, Meredith, Becky, Heidi. Who am I missing? I think
Nancy.
I said Nancy. I think
Monica.
That's it. Monica.
Heidi.
Becky.
Meredith. Yeah.
That was it. And we worked together for over the course of 6 months. We met 2 times a month to just go deeper into some of the themes, conversations, but also that group was incredible thought partners and are incredible thought partners as we took some time because of personal things happening in both of our lives to regroup and reevaluate where we are. And at the end of it, Monica sent Nicole and I these sand, I don't even know what to call them, but it's funny because as soon as I walked in, Nicole has hers right by the door and mine is on my altar area. But I love these, right? Because as you shift it, the sand starts to shift and move, and you just start to see, right, with the slowness that it takes for change and transformation to happen. But it also is something that reminds me of the work that we're doing, that this is not quick work. It's not easy work. And it takes, I think, our most valuable resource, which is time. And so you all were a part and are a part of this family. You will continue to be a part of the Racial Healing and Wellness
100%.
Community. And we're also excited because we have some updates to share with you. So we wanted to come on, send this video, and share some things with you about this next year. And I realized we had our list, and then I closed the computer where the list
I was like, man, we should know what we're...
So I think the first thing, let's talk about first, maybe I'll talk about some of the things that we're thinking about and what we have planned, because I think we can kind of workshop it that way. So we now have a leadership team. Yay! And it's all, again, we're all volunteer at this point, but Meredith, as a part of not only her Genesis project, but also her expertise in donor development and relations, and because she worked with a startup, right, is come on board to help us with operations. Because I think you all know, Nicole and I are the creatives and the visionaries, and sometimes the details fall through the cracks. So I'm very excited
about that.
Oh, we're very honest about that. If nothing else, we're self-aware and our embodiment, and we love it all. But Meredith has joined our team, and she will be doing all things operations. So, I mean, even this video is at her bequest or behest, because it's like we've got to have a communication piece with with y'all, our beloved. So we have a team. Meredith is handling operations, and then a dear friend of mine who is a principal and an educator has come on to do our curriculum design management. And she is excited because she is like, you all have so much good content. And so part of why I'm in DC is, yes, to see Nicole and some of my other friends and family here, but also because we had our first, well, not our first, actually, I was thinking,
second.
It's our second leadership retreat in some way, shape, or form with other people. So we did one in Colorado last year, and Casey was a part of that, along with another friend of ours, Tuhina. But this time we met for a weekend, and folks donated their time, their resources. We donated our mileage points to get us together. And we had an incredible time. And it was not only grounding, but it was, I think, affirming in the work
100%.
that we're doing. And also, we got to like dream and vision, and not only dream and vision, but plan.
Yeah.
And so we had a great weekend. Is there anything you want to say about that?
Just that so much of you all came up in that weekend. And so as we were looking towards the future, I think one of the things that we were really clear about is that we needed to look back. And so I think we just owe your cohort just a thank you for being part of the inaugural kind of class of racial healing and wellness. So even as we look to the future, as Rozella shared, there'll be some things that we continue to be in communication with you all about, because you're a part of us and you all have been and continue to shape the work that we're doing.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And what came out of that as well is we're working on some funding, right? And we officially incorporated as a for-profit business. So it's Racial Healing and Wellness Coaching, LLC. And we are going after some grants for startups because we are in that phase of, seeking out funding. And now we have a plan, thanks to Meredith, for how we will be using the money. And so we also wanted to invite you all to be a part of this. So, yeah.
Yeah, the first thing that we're going to ask is that we know that that it's been some time since the cohort closed, but we want to get testimonials from you all about what that experience was like. We want to get testimonials from you all about what you've been ruminating on, learning, how you've been continuing your journey since finishing the cohort. And we want to get testimonials from you about what's different in your life, what's different about how you relate to your own embodiment, how you relate to other people, how you relate to conversations about race and difference as a result of your participation in the cohort. So if you have some time over this holiday, if you are not busy, if you have some time away, we'd love to have you record a video or write something up, or just a little snapshot that we can share with our extended communities about what this experience has meant for you.
Yes. And we really would like a video. And we think video, I mean, literally, we just put up my phone. If you could see the setup, you would be laughing.
You'd be impressed. I would say you would be impressed by us. I'm impressed by us. So.
And it doesn't have to be more than a minute, 90 seconds. Like we're 60 seconds to 90 seconds. And in the email that accompanies this, we'll give some other kind of details for that. All right. The second thing we're asking is if you would be willing to invest, right? Invest in this next round of racial healing. So like I said, we are going after some grant dollars, and there are some things that we are clear now that we need. So we, with the curriculum designer, right, we're elevating that experience. So you heard us talk about a digital workbook, and we never were able to really get that off the ground. So we're actually working with someone who has those skills to create that. We're also looking at the systems that we use. So we use Slack, we had Zoom, but for this next cohort, which, by the way, the next cohort will be launching in August of 2023. This next cohort and cohorts following, both white women, Black women, and women of color, we're going to be using a platform called Cohere. And it's an all-in-one coaching platform that also is community, where your Zoom links, where your notes, where your resources, all of that lives. So rather than us saying, we're going to get this to you, or we're going to have this in a place, we now have the systems that we're hoping to use to get in place. And that system, I think for the year, is $1,200, but we just wanted to invite you to invest not only in the systems like that, not only in the support in terms of the folks that are working with us, but also in the other things that will stand up this project and this program. We also are looking at starting a podcast. So it'll be the Racial Healing and Wellness podcast, where all of the conversation series that we've had to this point, plus ones that we're planning, we're going to share. And that will be a free resource. But if you know anything about business and podcast production, the actual production of it isn't free.
No,
so we're looking at a podcast producer and a few folks where you all know us. We're investing in folks of color, communities of color, or women-owned businesses. And I think podcast production is around $3,000. So we're just sharing all of that information, and we're asking if you have any desire, if you have the capacity to, any amount would be very helpful for us. And we've set up now a bank account, so we'll get you all that information as it relates to how to give and the ways that money will be used, because we also have grown in our business acumen and the things that we're doing to make sure that we have what we need to make this a thing.
100%.
And then we have a third ask of you. So the first one was about your testimonial, preferably video, but we'll take any kind. The second is about a financial gift of any amount. And then the third is about people.
Yes. So all of you are connected to and talked about the communities that you lived in. We spent a lot of time in the cohort talking about the people and places that we're connected to, that we love, that we feel called to, that we maybe are struggling with, right? So all of us have our networks. And so we want to build the list and build the capacity, the reach of racial healing and wellness. And so we're asking folks who know us best, folks who have worked with us, folks who have experienced us to help us do that. So if you have people who you think would benefit from racial healing and wellness, if you know of folks who might be interested in learning more about both our cohort model, but just in the work that we do, who are curious and want to learn more about how to have these conversations, send them our way, right? We want to be able to connect with them. We want to be able to send them the podcast. We want to be able to engage them so that when we're launching in August, we're doing that with a group of people who are connected to the people who know and love us. And so our ask is that if you have folks, that you tell your folks about us and let us connect with your folks. And so those are our three big asks for you. It's like, again, wanting to expand our reach, grow, and also make sure that you all know how much your time and energy meant to us.
Yes. And I would just say, as we kind of wrap this up, and also wanted you to know, right, that we are launching our second White Women Cohort in August. We're launching our first Black Women Cohort in October. And this spring, right, in the beginning of 2023, we're going to be doing a series of conversations, online events, and inviting people to learn more, to listen, to get information. And we did say, and this is still a part of our commitment to you all, is that in January of 2024, we're looking to do our first White Women in-person retreat. So moving forward, every cohort we work with will gather together in person. And so we're inviting you to join us. We will be somewhere in the Houston Gulf Coast region. We're working all of those details out. So for those of you all in cold spaces, plan to be with us in January of 2024. And we'll get you those dates probably along with this email, because Meredith is on us and she has that information already. And we will just ask that you pay for your travel to get there, but we will take care of you when you're there in terms of housing, lodging, and our program. And we have decided that companions for the future of the program will only come from people who have engaged the program. Yep. So you all will be our first round of folks that we'll invite to be companions for our future cohorts. And so look out for that invitation as well. Am I missing anything?
You're not. Except for how excited we are.
We're so excited.
And how good it is to even know that you all will listen to this and see this, and that we'll be able to reconnect, and that have really clear touch points for you all to reconnect. We hope that you all have been well. We hope that you all have been paying attention to what's in your bodies. We hope that you have been remembering our conversations and our time together, and that if it feels like it's been a while, that you know that we can always reconnect, right? We can always reconnect to what matters to us. And so we feel grateful for you. We feel honored to be doing this work together and doing this work with such a committed group of women, and then also feel really excited about the future and excited about how you all fit into that future.
Yes. So thank you and happy holidays, and we love you. Bye.